Alright guys, episode 3. So this is going to be part 2 of the sheeting sequence. That part 1 had me sheeting both sides, ending with one of the sides with a whole lot of warping in it. So part 2 will take over from part 1, and I'll fix the warped side, and it'll also have a bit of the joining and fairing in it as well, just because while I was waiting for sheets and that sort of thing and materials, I got stuck into the other side with sanding and fairing it with a bit of bog and that sort of thing, so it sort of jumps between the two. But that was just to keep the project moving along. So hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like and you subscribe to the channel, and it's pretty cool. I've only just started doing this build, and a few people have started chatting in the comments and that sort of thing. Love it. It's awesome. So like and subscribe and tune in, and we'll get stuck into episode 3. Cheers guys. Alrighty guys, so we're into another day, and I'm still dealing with all this warping issue. Yeah, and as you can see, well, you probably can see, this side, you can see a lot of warping in that side. So I do have these 2 extra sheets. I mentioned yesterday that I might cut those sheets off that side and try and resheet it at a higher temperature. So I think when I put these sheets on, it was like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, so it was pretty cold when I did it, and I'm thinking that maybe it's just stretching a bit different to the other side. Wish I thought of that before I went and put all these screws in though. It's going to be a pain in the butt taking those screws out. It's hundreds of them. But well, it's worth putting the effort in now and getting this plug schmick, rather than trying to work on the mould, or even worse, pop 4 quarters out of this mould and have to work on every quarter. So slowly but surely we'll get there. So I decided to bite the bullet. I already have those 2 sheets. It's only another 3 sheets. I'm going to resheet this whole side. Just going to unscrew everything, take it off, and start from scratch again for $66, and hopefully it ends up the same as this side next time, with only a few warps in it. I think it's worth it. I'll give it a go. Alrighty, so we're working back on the good side here, and like I said, as the shed heats up, that bump from up there is gone. So yeah, I'm thinking what I'll do is wait till it gets to this sort of temperature, maybe just a little bit before, and then I'll glass the inside of it, and by the time that glass sets, hopefully it's set and hardened before it starts to cool back down, and it should hold it there. But if it doesn't hold it there, I guess I could wait till the next day and do the same thing and just keep doing that until it holds. Bit of a pain, but there is only 2 sections on this side that does that, so that's not too bad, because it's only glassing 2 sections, whereas if I did that on the other side, I'd have to pretty much glass that whole side. So I'll stick to my current plan, and that's to completely strip that side and just resheet it with new sheets, and see if I can get it the same as this side. But what we're working on this side now is we've got the joins all filled. Well, not all of them yet, but I did the top one last night. It was a bit hard to film. It's up a bit high. The tripod doesn't get that high, but sort of all filled out. Still need a like a second coat sort of thing, second run of bog with a wider blade, I think, just to fill in. Because obviously, where are we? Yeah, we're just filling in the crack and the screw holes there. I'll sand that down, and then I'll get a wider blade that will fill that, because there will be a bit of a recess there from what I've sanded down. But yeah, I'll keep filling that up. I've just realised I tried fixing this. This was sort of bowing in up here, and I tried to fix that from the inside with a piece of conduit like that, and just packing the inside of it out. But yeah, it looks like I've busted it. Busted the corner off it. So yeah, I'll either take that conduit out trust the old fist. That got it pretty flush anyway, so I might just bog that again and sand it over, and yeah, we'll go from there. So this is just builder's bog. Again, if you new to the channel, or if you don't know what I'm up to, I'm building a male plug for a female fiberglass mold. So nothing has to be marine here. It just has to be, I just have to build the shape that I want, as cheap as I want, and as smooth as I want, or as smooth as I can. So we're just using this builder's bog to fill in the joins in the MDF sheet. And then once this is all applied, we'll go through and ferret out with the sander. So I'm just using this blade to apply it to. Like I said, I got to do another coat anyway with a wider blade. But just for the minute here, we'll just be filling it with this and ferring it up. Okay, so finished all the sanding up. Just got little bits to fill, like see on the first fill that didn't really get hit. As you see, I sanded this pretty flush, so the bit that's all brown here, that's the wood. A lot of fill left on this side, so this was a bit uneven. Now it's all nice and flat. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. So what I'm going to do is actually paint over all these joins. Just put a primer on it, probably a car primer, I think, like a metal primer, sorry. I'm going to do that just because the sander's left a little bit of furry bits where it sanded the white away, and the primer will fill that in, and then I can sand it out and get it all smooth again. And another one is to seal the MDF up, because I'm just not sure how MDF will take wax. I know if I have like a non-permeable surface like paint, I'll be able to get some wax on top of it. Just not sure how the MDF will take wax, so best to just paint it and fill in all those furry bits anyway and get it all smooth. So I might do a run to the warehouse pretty shortly and get those other sheets and the paint, and we'll get stuck into that. I just still have to, there's two joins up on the bilge that have to be filled in. There's a bit of difference in those, like a bit of one sheet's stepped up and the other one's down. So I'm just gonna have to see if I can pack those out or fill them and sand them to make them look nice and smooth and round. But I'll show you that later on. So I had this this MDF stored on its edge against the shed there, and even these two pieces are pretty warped. So I'm thinking I'll just bite the bullet and I'll buy all new sheets for the other side, just because I don't want to screw these up if they've stretched or changed shape in any way while they've been stored on their edge. So it's only an extra $110 just to resheet that side, and if it works, it's going to be well worth it, because it's going to save me a lot of sanding, a lot of hassle. If I can get this side looking the same as the other side, I'll be pretty happy, and the progress will shoot ahead then, because then pretty much all I have to do is just do all the joins on that side, bog and vare them, and then do all the flanges, and get it all smooth and paint it up and start laying glass hopefully. So we'll work on that, but of course this stuff doesn't fit in my ute, so I got to go and get the work bus and take it to the wholesalers to get the sheets. So I'll go do that. Round 2, deja vu. Alrighty guys, it's the next day now. Ran into a bit of dramas with the whaleboat yesterday, so I had to go down and fix that. So I didn't get all the progress that I wanted done, but I did run to the warehouse and get some more MDF sheets, which means all these sheets are coming off today. I'm going to start unscrewing them now. I've got all those supports behind the joins, so I've already broken a few of them away. But yeah, it was a bit hard. I was peeling them off from the inside, trying to save the sheet and make the back of the sheet clear. But I think I'm just going to run the saw up it and just get it over and done with. Just run the saw either side of it and then unscrew everything. I'll keep these sheets. I might lay them down flat and see if they'll straighten out again, and I can always use them for making the nose cone and the tail piece and that sort of thing. But hopefully this fixes it. I also got the primer yesterday for all the joins on the other side. So once I hang these new sheets, and if they're all hanging straight and it all works out fine, I actually still have to fill and fare the joins on the top of the hull. There's only 2. One there, one there. As you can see, that one has a bit of a step in it. So I don't know if I'll fill it all the way up and just fare it out how I need to, or try and pack it up. I can't really unscrew it anymore because I've filled in all the screw holes. But yeah, we'll do that. Again, yeah, you might be able to see, like, just on that second sheet in, that's that warping there, but that's going to disappear as the shed heats up. So when I actually sheeted this side, I think it was probably more like, I'll have to check the footage, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it would have been pretty hot. So I'm actually going to wait until about the same time to sheet the other side, so we sort of get the same movement in the sheets. Another thing that happens with the temperature difference, see on this last bulkhead here, see I got a big gap there? So that actually disappears or gets smaller as everything heats up. So once it all heats up, I'm going to put some bog down in there and just sort of get that sticking down there properly. And also I grabbed a bunch of instant nails there. That's not really going to be used as an adhesive. What I'm going to do is see how we got like gaps between the battens and that sort of thing. I'm going to just like squirt big blobs down there, so it sort of gives it a bit of support, so it can't really move anymore. So yeah, I know like the gaps in that means that the hull isn't the exact shape that I've designed. So you can see another gap on that bulkhead there. but the gaps mean on the outside, like, I like the shape and the finish here, so the gaps have got to stay. If I screw it into that, then that's going to create a big warp, and I'm going to have to fill out to that size anyway. So it's not like, if I was building this boat out of wood and then fiberglassing, all this would have to be 100% finished and in nice and tight, and I couldn't be doing any of this like packing out and bogging and that sort of thing. But because this is just a plug for a mold, I just have to get the shape that I want on the outside, and I can do whatever I want to, or whatever I can to achieve that shape. So like I said, I'm pretty happy with this side, how it is. I'd be happy, like, obviously not with the warp in it there, but when that heats up, it's going to go away. But when that's popped back out, I'm happy with this side. I would be happy to have a boat that looked like that. So yeah, as cheap as possible, and yeah, any materials count when you're making a plug, because it's all just sacrificial. I'm going to end up burning all of this, so yeah. So whatever I do, I know it's not going to be completely symmetrical, like I'm not going to get that same gap on that side, even though it sort of is doing that, but I've got to take all those sheets off anyway. But yeah, it's not going to be exactly symmetrical, but if you're seeing both sides of the boat at the same time, something's gone wrong. It's either upside down or ripped in half. So, oh well, we'll get stuck into it for today. Sucks cutting down all this progress, but if it saves the step of filling and fairing all of this side, I'm all for it. If I end up with the exact same result on the other side and I still have to fair and sand it, I'm gonna blow up. Really wish I decided to do this before I put at least 200 screws across the top of this thing. So this is going to take a while. I'm going to time lapse it. But all those supports are cut now. I'm just going to go through, unscrew it all and take each sheet off, and might just store them outside just for the minute. But we're going to have a look at the frame again. Alrighty guys, we'll leave that episode there. Not really sure how long to make these episodes, so not sure if like this 20 or 15 to 20 minute range is too long. Just let me know down in the comments if this is too long, or if you'd like longer episodes. But just for now, I think everyone else on YouTube's staying underneath that 20-minute mark, so that's what I'll do. Yeah, so the end of this episode is me stripping the hull. The next episode won't have me resheathing that side. Just the camera angles in the shed there on that side is just a bit tricky to film in there. But the only thing that I've done different, I did 3 vertical panels, and the last 2 are actually horizontal, how I was originally going to do the hull. Alrighty guys, once again, thank you very much, and if you do like this stuff, just if you could like and subscribe to the video, it helps get the channel out there, and I really do appreciate it when you guys comment and like the video. So yeah, I'll leave you guys with it, and next episode we'll get into a bit more of the fairing, a few dramas with that, but you'll see in that episode. So see you then. Catch you later, legends.